Make sure that you learn the right lesson from the mistake that you made. So as I said in my previous video, I'm going to start streaming on Tuesdays and Sundays. And yesterday, what I did was I thought I was being clever. I thought I was doing better than what I normally did. Normally, whenever I want to do something, I just kind of jump headfirst into it. I don't take any time to think. I don't take any time to plan. And that has caused me so many issues in my life. There's so many times where if I would have just taken a few seconds of planning, it would have stopped me from a very, very long headache. And so I've learned this lesson. I've learned that I need to plan things before I do them, even if I'm really good at them. So I knew that my stream was going to start yesterday at 5 p.m., which might be too late. I might need to start understanding that I am not 21. I am not 23. I be in the bed by 7 p.m. So we might have to move that back from 5 to 7. We might have to move it to 3 to 5. But the point that I am making is that I really put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and I planned so hard to make sure that I had a really good stream. I tested my settings, I tested several games, and everything worked smoothly. I was very happy with the way that everything worked. And then when it came time to stream, everything was okay for like the first minute. And then stuff just stopped working. Like I was dropping frames, I was buffering, YouTube wasn't working, my chat wasn't working right. And it frustrated me because I'm like, here I am, finally taking the time out of my day to do something right, and it still doesn't work. And that would be the wrong lesson to learn in this situation. Because if I learn that lesson in this situation, I will never try streaming again. That's not the lesson to learn here. The lesson to learn isn't that the universe hates me and no matter what I do, I will never succeed. That's the wrong lesson to learn. The lesson to learn here is that it's okay for things to not work out the way that you want and always have a backup plan. I was able to go get on my PlayStation and play games and have a really good time. So the issue is that not everything that you do in your life is going to work out perfect the first time. It might not work out perfect the second time. It might take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times for you to get the object of your desire. The most important thing is that you get back up on the horse. I'm about to really tell on myself. Y'all, I love Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat so much. Oh my God, I love Mortal Kombat so much. I love it so much. I love it so much. I love it. And every time I play Mortal Kombat and I lose, I'll stop playing for like a week and not like lose a particular match. When I get to a place and I lose a match in Mortal Kombat because I truly don't understand what's going on, those are the worst kind of losses. Have you ever not reached a goal or not did something? And it's not because you weren't trying your hardest. You were absolutely giving it your best shot and it still didn't matter. And man, one of my friends told me something that made it make so much sense to me. He said, there's no shortcuts to fighting games. You just got to sit down and do it. And there's no shortcut to becoming a streamer that gets paid money for people to come in and ask them therapy questions while they play video games. There's no shortcut to that. I got to sit down, be consistent every week, and have a backup plan. That's the lesson that I've learned from this. It's not that everything I do fails. The lesson I learned is have a backup plan. So let's expand this a little bit, because a lot of the times people learn the wrong lesson in the situation they're in. My lesson from my previous, not failed marriage, I think my marriage was a success because we both left out of it alive. But the previous lesson in my marriage that was a success that I'm no longer in isn't that all women are bad and all women are sneaky and manipulative. I don't even think my ex was sneaky and manipulative. I think that we were both the product of trauma. We got married way too young, and we needed some guidance, some good parents in our lives to tell us to do something different. But if I wanted to, I could learn from that situation that all women are bad, stay away from all of them, and then I could go become red pill or an incel and all of that stuff because they just learned the wrong lesson. So the lesson in that situation is don't jump into a new relationship very quickly. First, decide if you're even ready for a relationship. Y'all, being single has been one of the most fun, great experiences I've ever had. And I'm not talking about out there being a hoe. I'm saying just being by myself and being able to just, I don't know, talk to myself if I need to, work things out loud. I cannot wash dishes for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month if I want to until it gets on my. But now your boy got a dishwasher. Oh my God, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna absolutely rinse the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher. That's my dishwasher, and I don't want it getting broken. But there are just so many things that I can do because I don't have someone else with me. And part of me is even starting to wonder, did I ever really want to be in a relationship in the first place? Like, or was it just something that I was chasing after? And being single and being alone during coronavirus has really given me an opportunity to ask myself that question. You know, a lot of people are learning the wrong lesson about coronavirus. There are so many people that are out here thinking, well, this is the universe saying that it hates me. See, the universe won't ever let me have anything. The universe, and that's not the lesson that you need to learn here. The lesson is, yes, sometimes there are things that are outside your control, and you only have the option of reacting to them or interacting with them, rather, not reacting to them, but interacting with them. We find ourselves on a rock that's floating through space at 55,000 miles an hour. Either there is a God or there isn't, and both options are equally terrifying. Like, it's okay that you get anxious sometimes. It's all right that you get afraid sometimes. It's okay that you can't regulate your emotions. It's all right. But life teaches us the lesson, or rather the people in life teach us the lesson that you got to be a certain way in order to be accepted. And while we don't need to be out here, I mean, there's a time and a place to break a few windows. There really are. And on the most part, society could just leave people alone and let them be and grow and develop into the people that they want to be. But I'm getting way away from my central point. And the central point is, it's okay to make mistakes. Make sure that you learn the right lesson. So how do you know if you're learning the right lesson? If you come to a situation where you make a mistake and what you learn from that mistake makes you feel worse than the mistake itself, then you learn the wrong lesson. You shouldn't feel worse about that. Yeah, you got to deal with consequences sometimes. Absolutely, there's natural consequences to things. And sometimes the consequence is just the experience itself. Break that intergenerational cycle of abuse in your family today. Let it stop with you. All you have to do is make sure that you're learning the right lesson. Don't learn a lesson that makes you feel worse than the mistake that you made. This has been your Wednesday check-in. I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.